Oh my gosh, third time's a charm. I got a different contraption. Let's see if this one buffers better. Oh, I should really brush my hair more often. So anyway, I was talking about the perfect sock. I finally got the perfect sock for me, and I actually wrote down the recipe. And bizarrely enough, the gauge is not the gauge that I thought it was going to be. Um, but it works, and I love it. And now the point is to try to recreate it for myself, and that will be a challenge. Um, I hope a few people join me, and if they don't, I am just going to prattle on for about 15 minutes and do a little knitting. I'm putting on my infant rub. It's a petroleum based, I believe. Um, it really is. It's called Infant Rub from CVS. And oh my God, rosemary, thyme, I think eucalyptus. Let's see if I can read it. Aloe vera, eucalyptus, lavender, rosemary. So no thyme. Mineral oil, petroleum beeswax. I just really like the smell. My hands are quite dry today, even though it's raining. And so the producers of the Goalie that I got for my son, that little contraption, for kids who just need a little extra focus, they're actually going to use my podcast and his review. So how exciting is that for the kid? Yes, yes, yes. This time will work. Third time's the charm. Because darn it, I have got to finish this applied border and get this thing done so I can give it to her. I feel so guilty, and I just want it to be done so I can move back into Sweater 2019. And I hope you can hear the sound pretty decently. Somebody give me a thumbs up if the sound is good. I think I can see that from here. Like, know what I'm looking at. And I'm kind of thinking that this 18 stitch applied garter border to the garter shawl will probably work when it's all said and done. You know, I really hope this works because in Tucson, when it rains a number of days in a row, we get electrical blips and we get bad Wi-Fi from our provider, and it's because things are too wet in the desert. Oh no! I thought I was in the middle of my applied border. Now I have to tink back. Because I did a row of this border color before I started the border, thinking that if my connecting stitches were a little wonky, it would blend in better. But every once in a while, I'll just go forward on the row, not realizing I'm at the end of the applied border. So what has been going on in your lives? My little son has become a reviewer of items on YouTube. I'm so excited to see how they're going to use that, and it's so nice to finally see something that really just clicks with him. We actually had a doctor appointment yesterday with his doctor, just a regular scheduled checkup, and she was very impressed because he brought it in. He just loves his doctor, and she was very impressed by the gizmo. You know, and I've felt bad every time I've tried to download an app to schedule him or this and that. But the bottom line is, these kids are into electronics, and if that's what's gonna get them, then that's what's gonna get them. And I love not having issues, him not feeling like I'm nagging him every day just to get dressed or brush his teeth for 2 minutes. There is no nagging. It's swipe left, swipe right, send it over there. He just said to my mom that he loves his goalie because there's no arguing with mom anymore. He just knows he does it and he does it. My God, can we get one of these for the husbands? You didn't hear that.
Going outside.
Oh no. Why is this tinking all of a sudden so much more difficult?
Is that one working better?
Yeah, this one is definitely working. Thank you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Gravy Batman. Oh no. So sometimes I can tink without issue, and then other times I don't know. It's just problematic. One thing that's interesting is my husband does occasionally woodwork, and he's gonna try to make some crochet hooks with handles or some cups, trinket cups out of wood to send out with our yarn closet prizes, because he thinks that that would be kind of a fun and different item. The thing I find interesting is when you drop a stitch in garter, is trying to figure out which side you have to pick it up from with the crochet hook. And for some reason, I just can't get these stitches, these purl bumps, to back away enough to see what I need to pick up. Is that gonna work? Oh, see, I don't think that's working. Is that working? This doesn't seem to be working. You know, this is really what scared me for years with knitting, is that fact that anytime you watched a knitting show, they always talked about getting so far and then redoing things. And in crochet, a lot of times you can just adjust as you go, and it's far less noticeable. You know, you can't do much of anything in stockinette without it being ridiculously noticeable. This is working a little bit. I only have a few more to go. But this is so frustrating. You know, it is reminding me that you can always start fresh. There will come a point in life where there will be a fresh start, and it will be okay. And I kind of wonder right now if God isn't pointing me in the direction of Crazy Chicks Corner and Brooklyn Boy Knits and people who really have embraced their passion, so that I can do that to some extent now, and then later when I'm in another phase, it will be easier. I don't know, but I feel insanely guilty right now about tinking. Ooh, I'm on a roll. 2, I just got 2. Is this the last one? I'm gonna go one more just in case, because I don't think two together. So how many we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay. 17, and then 18 and 19 knit together and turn. That did not pick up well. You know, that is the hardest thing with short rows, is remembering where it is. And then it, ooh, dropped. Dropped. Ooh, we dropped. No. Okay. What am I gonna do tonight? This is a crochet moment. I'm taking a crochet moment because I don't want to have to take back anymore, and I don't want to have to do the crazy. So there you go. Now, there's this wonderful tutorial from Arnie and Carlos Knits about the mother-daughter stitches. It is something that I remember from years ago. I don't remember really where it came about. But it is something to look into, because there is a way to pick up from below to help fill in some of those holes. And I find that it's very handy, especially in things like garter stitch, or if you have something that's not stockinette. But they show even how to do it in stockinette and do it successfully, because, you know, sometimes I just need to keep going. I love that we're both knitting. I have not seen Unseen Strands, but that sounds like another blind person, so I'll check it out. This woman at my daughter's school, you're just so amazing. I'm not amazing. I had a challenge, and I was ridiculous for a couple of years and mopey, and it was awful. But I'm like 12 years out from that, people. I've adjusted. And I just push things back. I just don't think of the what ifs in the future. What if I get macular? My dad's 80. He doesn't have macular. My mom has it. She's gone legally blind from it. My kids apparently have the gene. Yeah, it could happen. I'm banking on the fact that health-wise I follow my dad's family more, so that even if I have the gene to pass on, that it's not going to affect me. You know, initially I had a stitch marker to guide me at the end of this short row, but then I realized as I got into it that it starts to gap enough that if you just don't have your stitches totally bound up, it's easy to see where that applied border ends and the last row of your knitted piece. So it's easy to see where you need to pull the 2 stitches together to bind off on that row and connect. I really do love this, and I'm starting to think of some ways to use it to make like a quilted looking piece, like a knitted, what's that quilt pattern called? Cabin? My mom says she was a quilter. I say she is a quilter. Even if she doesn't do much of it now, she could still teach a class in it. I think you never quite lose these things. hear Magnus snoring. So Sadie has lost her mind. She believes that the guinea pigs are her babies. Absolutely. She just wants to be with them. And if they start squeaking, she's like, "Are you okay?" I hope that she wasn't doing that before. I think it's since we got Carmel the baby. Like maybe she can smell the babiness. I don't know. So I'm hoping as she gets a little bit older that will fade because it is slightly annoying. So, oh, we have sent packages too. You want to hear this? The countries we've sent packages to? Honey, I think the toilet is buzzing.
Need to replace the stinking.
We have sent packages from the Yarn Closet to people in the United States, Australia, Malaysia, Ireland, Norway, and England. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I thought we'd sent to Canada. We've not sent to Canada? So who swiped on Instagram and saw the second picture of my back tattoo? That is a unfinished picture, by the way. So there's a pagoda over here now and a little bit more background to fill in. But that's the tattoo on my back, the brightness feature. Let's see if we can adjust this, if that helps. Yeah, so Brian at the Ink Factory in Hudson, Wisconsin is fabulous. So is Andy as far as piercers go. You may have seen Andy on Katie Couric because he's the piercer that stuck the RFID chips in those employees in Wisconsin. Makes me feel like a rock star that I know these people. All right, so we've been live. I'm guessing that's going on about 20 minutes, especially if you add in our first and second try. So I am going to log off here pretty quickly, but remember to look with your heart first. Don't be afraid to open your mouth and be authentic. Yay! Because even if you have a small impact, we all have a small impact somewhere, and that moves on to a small impact somewhere else, and that moves on, and that moves on, and it's a big impact. Gotta try stuff. All right, thank you. Bye.